Hi there. In this instructional video, we're going to go over the Methassure test kit. This quantitative test kit will help us to determine whether or not multiple areas are contaminated with methamphetamine residue. We're going to go over the sample collection process, the chain of custody completion, and the packaging of our sample to send off to the laboratory. But before we get into it, let's go ahead and post up our sample templates in the 4 areas to be tested. For posting your sample templates in the 4 areas to be tested, you'll want to label your templates. Here you can see I'm labeling these templates bath. And since we're testing 4 areas for one composite result, I am numbering these templates 1.1 through 1.4. And you can also put the date. As you can see, I put the 5th of March. Go ahead and use the stickers provided. You can put one sticker at the top of the template and one sticker at the bottom of the template to attach it to the non-porous surface. Repeat this process for all 4 sample templates. That way you can prepare to test all 4 areas. Now that we've got our sample templates posted, it's time to throw on our nitrile gloves so that we can get into the sample collection process. Now that we have our gloves on, we are going to begin taking the sample. Remove a pre-soaked wipe from its package and set the package aside. Go to your first posted sample template and we are going to wipe the interior of the template. Horizontally wipe the surface in tight rows in an overlapping Z pattern. Now turn the pad over and vertically wipe the surface in an overlapping N pattern. When you're doing this, wipe so that the entire interior of the surface is covered while avoiding wiping the edges of the sample template. When you're done, fold the wipe in on itself and hold it in your hand. Now we are going to repeat this process for the remaining 3 portions of the 4-part sample. So that means we are going to remove another pre-soaked wipe from its package, and we are going to go to the second posted sample template and wipe the interior of the template in a ZN fashion. And we are then going to fold that gauze wipe in on itself and again repeat the process with the 3rd wipe for the 3rd posted sample template and the 4th wipe for the 4th sample template. At the end, you should have all 4 wipes folded in your hand. Go to your sample container and insert all 4 folded gauze wipes into the container and screw the cap back on the sample container. Now the sample is secured. Let's complete the chain of custody form for our sample. First, starting at the top of the form with the project location, you can put down the house number and the street name and the state. Here for example's sake, I'll put 1234 Example Street. Next, the date of sample collection would be the date that the samples were taken. Since we just took our samples, we're going to put today's date, March 5th, 2024. Next, the name of the collector would be the name of the individual that took the sample. And for the email and phone number lines, you'll want to provide your email address where your test results will be sent to, and your phone number where the lab can reach you if there's a problem emailing their results to you. Next, let's move down to the sample table. In the location column, you'll want to go ahead and put the areas that were sampled or the areas that you wiped with your gauze pads to complete the sample collection process. I'll put bath here. Next, in the number of composites column, I'm going to put 4. This indicates that 4 wipes were used and 4 samples were taken for this one composite sample. In the next box, we are going to detail the area sampled. This is going to be the number of sample templates wiped times 100 centimeters squared. In other words, each sample template is 100 centimeters squared in area, and when you wipe within that template, you are covering that entire area. So because we wiped within 4 templates in 4 different areas, 4 times 100 centimeters squared will give us 400 centimeters squared. If you only use 2 wipes in 2 sample templates, then your number would be 200 centimeters squared. If you only used 3 wipes in 3 templates, your area sampled would be 300 centimeters squared, and so forth. In the analysis box, make sure that meth or methamphetamine is noted. This is going to be what the lab is analyzing for. Now, all we have to do to complete our chain of custody form is to date and time when the sample was completed and sign the relinquish by box. Now our chain of custody form is complete. Let's prepare our sample test tube for the laboratory. With a pen or marker, detail the site name. For this example, I'm going to write 1234 Example Street. Usually, you'll want to write the address where the sample was taken on this line. Next, I'm going to detail the sample number. This will be sample number 1. For the location, I'm going to put Bath. This location will want to match the location on the chain of custody form so that all of the paperwork is accurate to the samples that were taken. Finally, I'll note the date, which in my case is March 5th. For packaging your sample, you'll want to make sure the lid is on the sample container tightly. You don't want this to pop open during transit or for the sample to be contaminated or otherwise damaged. Place your completed chain of custody form in the shipping package as well. When you're done, be sure to dispose of your nitrile gloves along with any remaining items by placing them in the bag provided and throwing that bag away. Also, it's important to remember to include the chain of custody in the package that you send your sample off to the lab in. As you may know, the chain of custody is the document that accounts for the transfer of the sample from us to the laboratory. So it's important to include it in that same package as the sample. Check your email inbox regularly, as you can expect to receive the test results within 7 days of shipping them off. Thank you for watching this video, and best of luck with your methamphetamine testing.